Three people confirmed shots, including myself. 21 en route.
A shooting at Olathe East High School sends 3 people to the hospital and parents rushing to find their children.
And what do you hope to say to your child once you get back together?
Probably cry and hug him. And scary.
After anxious hours of waiting, joy and relief as parents and children are reunited.
Oh, my baby is here.
And an emotional day in court as a former Kansas City police officer is sentenced for the shooting death of Cameron Lamb. We have these 2 big breaking stories to get to today for you here at 4 o'clock. We begin with that school shooting at Olathe East High School. A school resource officer and an assistant principal both shot, along with the suspect, who is now in custody. This has been a story we've been following all throughout the day. Have team coverage for you here this afternoon of the shooting and the dramatic day for parents and students. We begin here with Abby Dodge on how this all unfolded. Abby?
Carolyn, according to police, the shooting happened in the administrative offices within the school building. Thankfully, this did not happen in a classroom setting. The school resource officer was there and was also shot, but he was the one to call 911. We know that 3 people were shot inside of Olathe East High School today. That school resource officer that I just mentioned, and as well as the school administrator and a student who is the suspect in this case. Olathe police emphasized no students besides the suspect were shot. The suspect is in police custody. We asked police why the student was in that part of the building. Police say the student was contacted by administration to be in that area. We don't yet know the topic of conversation that led to this shooting. We also asked what type of gun was used and how many shots were fired. That information is not available at this time. Earlier today, we were at Overland Park Regional Medical Center where all 3 people were taken to the hospital. All victims are male, so we know that the person who shot the administrator was a male student here at Olathe East High School. Earlier today, police told us the officer who was shot was up and talking to people in the hospital. At this time, we know that 2 victims are now on their way home from the hospital, but a 3rd is in critical condition. Olathe police say they're shocked by this incident, but think the officer who was there when the school needed him.
The good news is that no students were injured. We had an SRO, it sounds like, that did his job. So that's great news.
Overland Park Regional Medical Center is expected to give another update on that 3rd victim's condition by tomorrow morning. We'll keep you updated on that. Live in Olathe, Abby Dodge, KCTV5 News.
Abby, thank you for that update. And as you can imagine, parents rushed to that school as soon as they heard about this shooting, then were redirected to meet up with their children, oftentimes elsewhere. KCTV5's Taylor Johnson was there for all of it. Taylor, what an emotional day.
Definitely so, Carolyn. And the scene is a lot different than what we saw just about an hour or so ago. I'm outside of California Trail Middle School, which you can see it's empty. But when we were here before, there were dozens and dozens of parents lined up to reunite with their kids. I spoke with a mom earlier today when she first heard the news of the shooting. And we actually had met her at Family Video at 127th and Black Bob, where parents were first told to go to reunite with their kids. Now, many that we spoke with said that they heard of the school shooting either by text or calls from their children. Some even said that they heard about it through messages from the school. Now, later, parents were told to move locations, and some came here to California Trail, where they waited for their kids to be bused from. Now, that's where we found Amy Johnson reunited with her son, Keith, and they were both filled with relief.
It's amazing to see him. I don't want to ever let him out of my sight again, but I will because I know that's best for him. But I'm good and I'm happy.
And that was a message from a lot of parents today, that they were just happy and relieved to be back with their kids. And they say that they are just going to be hugging them a lot tighter through this weekend and in the days to come. In Olathe, Taylor Johnson, KCTV5 News.
Oh, no doubt about that, Taylor. Thank you. And now let's go live to Angie Racono. She was at Pioneer Middle School this afternoon as those students and parents again reunited at that location as well. Angie?
Hi, Carolyn. We've actually moved locations. We're back at the high school. I wanted to show you what it looked like at this hour. You can tell there's still heavy police presence, and right up there you can see the main entrance to the school. That's presumably the office where everything happened today. It has been an emotional and a very rough day for students and families. The school district was very organized, and they dismissed these kids by buses. They walked them to their cars. They wanted to make sure everyone got home okay. And we were there with the parents when they finally connected in person with their kids.
I'm just, like I was just telling her, just happy to have my son in my arms, and my mother and his mother is definitely happy, so, I think, like I was telling her, we just got to do different to make more security measures for our schools and take care of our children better. They pretty much shut down Olathe today, so I think that, the legislators, congressmen, mayor, everybody just need to get together and do what they need to do to secure our children better.
A lot of conversations are taking place at home tonight between these parents and the kids. There's also counseling being made available for all of these students if they need it. We'll have more reports throughout the 5 and 6. Reporting live in Olathe, Angie Racono, KCTV5 News.
Yeah, if you need that help, seek it for sure. Angie, thank you. And Kansas Governor Laura Kelly tweeted today, quoting here, "Our thoughts are with the entire Olathe East High School community today. We are closely monitoring the situation on the ground and are in communication with law enforcement."